Have you ever noticed that life has this weird way of resetting itself right when you finally get a win? Think about it. You get that bonus, or you finally save your first $1,000 for the first time in months you can actually breathe. You feel safe. But then, somehow, things just start happening. Your phone goes bad, the car makes a weird noise, your fridge dies, or your cousin calls with a once-in-a-lifetime emergency that only you can fix. And just like that, the money is gone. You're back to the hustle. For years, I actually thought this was just bad luck. I thought the universe was out to get me. Because tell me why all this is happening now. But it really wasn't the universe. It was a habit. A very specific, very quiet habit that lives in the back of your brain, rerouting you back to broke every single time you try to escape. So in the next couple of minutes, I want to talk about why your brain is actually scared of you being rich and how to stop the sabotage. So stay with me. Imagine your room has a thermostat set to 20 degrees. If you open the windows on a hot day and the temperature jumps to 30, what happens? The AC kicks in. It works overtime just to get that air back down to 20. This is exactly the case with a lot of us. Most of us have a financial thermostat set to struggle. Maybe you grew up watching your parents fight over bills. Maybe broke is the only language you've ever spoken. So when you suddenly have an extra $5,000 in your account, your internal AC units kick in. Your brain starts screaming, "This isn't us." Weird, right? But this is so true, and it is so dangerous. Because to your subconscious, broke feels like home. It's familiar. You know how to survive being broke. You don't know who you are when you're stable. So you find a way, a habit of spending or even saving others just to get rid of the discomfort of having more than you're used to. Let's get real about how this habit actually looks, because it's usually not always a big shopping spree. Sometimes it's the convenience habit. You make more money, so suddenly you're too tired to cook. You spend $40 on DoorDash 4 nights a week. Sure, you're not buying a Ferrari, you're just eating your wealth $40 at a time until you're back to your safe level of $8. Or it could even be the hero habit. And this was me. Every time I had a surplus, I'd look for someone to save, someone to help and impact. I'd pay for everyone's dinner. I'd lend money to a friend whom I knew wouldn't pay me back. I told myself I was being generous, but the truth, I was just subconsciously getting rid of the money because having it made me anxious, even without me realizing this. We reroute our wealth because lack is our comfort zone. We're literally addicted to the adrenaline of the comeback rather than the peace of the stay up. So, how do you stop the reroute? You have to learn to retrain your mind. Here are a few things you can do that would help. 1. Fix how you think about money. The first step isn't a bank account, it's your head. Most of us treat money like a visitor. We're just waiting for it to leave. You have to start seeing money as a tool, not a reward for hard work. Stop saying, "I can't afford that," and start asking, "How can I afford that?" This simple shift moves your brain from a state of lack to a state of problem solving. You have to become the kind of person who's comfortable with a comma in your bank balance. 2. Build the habit of keeping money. Making money is a skill, but keeping it is a habit. T. Harv Eker says you have to manage your money even if you only have $1. Use the 10% rule. Before you pay a single bill or buy a single snack, take 10% and put it in a separate account. I call this the Freedom Fund. This money stays there. Its only job is to exist. By doing this, you're proving to your subconscious that you can hold wealth without spending it. You're literally expanding your holding capacity. 3. Start using money to create more money. This is where the cycle officially breaks. Once you have a freedom fund that you've actually kept, you stop being a consumer and start being an owner. You take that kept money and give it an assignment. Whether it's a low-cost index fund, a small side business, or even just a high-yield account, you make your money work so you don't have to. When you see your money having babies, earning interest or dividends, your brain finally realizes that keeping money is actually more fun than spending it. If you're ready to actually dig into the roots of this habit and stop the self-sabotage, there's one book I really think you should grab, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It's not a dry textbook. It's a series of stories that show you exactly how your personal history and ego are messing with your bank account. I've also left a link for Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker if you want a step-by-step guide on how to identify and rewrite your money blueprint from the ground up. Both are on Amazon, and honestly, reading either of them is like getting a manual for your own brain. They'll help you realize that wealth isn't just about what you know, it's about how you behave. Honestly, you really might not be bad with money. You've just been programmed to survive on not enough. But the truth is, the broke version of you is just a version you've practiced for a long time. It's comfortable. It's what you know. Breaking this habit isn't about some fancy math or a new app. It's about being brave enough to have money and not find a reason to get rid of it. It's about letting that bank balance sit there even when it feels boring or wrong. You've already proven you know how to survive with nothing. Now give yourself permission to see what happens when you actually have something. I'm curious, has anyone else felt that itch to spend the moment things finally get good? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'm going to be hanging out there today. See you guys.